What if I told you that there already exist next-generation weapons so extreme, so advanced, that they could wipe an entire country off the map in a matter of seconds? Because while many nations are still thinking about conventional tanks and fighter jets, the world's superpowers are deploying systems that look like they were pulled straight out of another planet. Hypersonic weapons that cannot be intercepted, electromagnetic cannons that fire using pure energy, bombs capable of creating radioactive tsunamis, and secret satellites that could launch an attack from space without warning. The United States, Russia, and China are no longer trying to win wars. They want something far more dangerous, the power to press the button that could erase civilization in seconds. Today, on Tech ZNX, you are going to discover the 10 most extreme, destructive, and advanced new technology weapons ever developed. So open your eyes wide, because what you're about to see is not the future. It's the weapon that may already be aiming at us. Let's begin. Top 10. EMRG Railgun. It needs no gunpowder, no explosives, just pure electricity and total devastation. The EMRG electromagnetic railgun is one of the most radical weapons ever developed by the Pentagon. A cannon that uses extreme magnetic fields to fire metal projectiles at more than 9,000 kilometers per hour, almost 7 times the speed of sound. A hit so violent that it can pierce underground bunkers, reinforced armor, and even naval warships. And the most terrifying part, it does not explode. You do not see it coming. You only hear the impact when it is already too late. Designed by the United States Navy, the EMRG can fire pure tungsten kinetic projectiles to more than 200 kilometers with surgical precision, leaving no thermal signature that air defenses can detect. In classified tests, railgun shots have pierced 1-meter concrete walls, sliced armored steel like butter, and vaporized targets in milliseconds. Operational deployment has been delayed due to energy challenges, but the EMRG continues advancing in top-secret labs. If it is ever mounted on destroyers or fixed bases, it will rewrite modern warfare. A hypersonic bullet with no smoke, no explosion, only physics, and guaranteed destruction. Top 9. DF-ZF. While many still fear traditional ballistic missiles, China has created a new threat that is almost impossible to intercept, the DF-ZF hypersonic glide vehicle. Here is how it works. A rocket launches the DF-ZF into the upper atmosphere. The glide vehicle separates, and then it begins descending at more than Mach 10, over 12,000 kilometers per hour, weaving unpredictably to evade defenses. And here is the truly frightening part. The DF-ZF can change trajectory in mid-flight. It does not follow a predictable ballistic arc. That means current missile shields like THAAD or Aegis have no time and no method to stop it. It can carry nuclear or conventional warheads, strike from high altitude or near the ground, and hit targets within minutes. And because it flies extremely low in its final phase, it is nearly invisible to radar data. The United States has labeled it one of the most critical threats of the 21st century. And the worst part? It is not a concept. It is operational, already deployed, already real. A silent weapon, with enough speed to destroy a country before it can even react. Top 8. Avanguard. Imagine a weapon capable of flying at almost 27,000 kilometers per hour, maneuvering in midair and carrying a nuclear warhead of more than 2 megatons. That is not science fiction. That is Avanguard. Russia calls it its most extreme nuclear war card, and for good reason. Avanguard is not a missile, but a hypersonic glide vehicle launched by intercontinental rockets, yet completely unpredictable in flight. Once released in space, it descends into the atmosphere with violent maneuvers at absurd speeds, dodging radars and missile shields like slow video game turrets. And when it hits, nothing remains. It can carry nuclear warheads 2 to 20 times more powerful than Hiroshima, and its kinetic force plus atmospheric heat turns Avanguard into a hypersonic fireball with a mind of its own. The United States describes it as virtually impossible to intercept. Even worse, it is already operational in Russian silos, mounted on systems like the UR-100N or the upcoming RS-28 Sarmat. Avanguard is not just a weapon, it is the end of response time, because when you detect it on radar, you are already dead. Top 7. The United States has built a weapon so silent, so clean, and so precise that it can cripple an enemy nation without firing a single bullet. Its name is CHAMP, Counter Electronics High Power Microwave Advanced Missile Project. Imagine a cruise missile similar to an AGM-36, but instead of explosives, it carries a high-power microwave generator. As it flies over a city, it emits concentrated pulses that instantly destroy all the electronics within range. Satellites, radars, missile shields, power plants, telecom networks, command centers, everything collapses into digital silence. No explosions, no visible casualties, just total paralysis. It was successfully tested in Utah, where it neutralized 7 electronic targets in seconds without causing physical damage. And the most disturbing part? Nobody saw it coming. CHAMP can open the door for a nuclear strike by leaving a nation blind, deaf, and defenseless. And it violates no treaty because it leaves no explosive trace. You do not need a nuclear mushroom cloud to destroy a country. Sometimes, all it takes is switching it off from the sky. Top 6. Kh-47M2 Kinzhal. Its name means dagger, and it is not just a missile. It is a hypersonic precision weapon that flies at more than 10 times the speed of sound, capable of maneuvering mid-air and penetrating any defense system on Earth. Deployed on MiG-31K and to 22 M3 aircraft, the Kinzhal combines extreme speed, violent maneuverability, and more than 2,000 kilometers of range. Its payload, a nuclear warhead of up to 500 kilotons, more than 30 times the power of Hiroshima. Launched at high altitude from a supersonic jet, it simply disappears from radar and hits its target in seconds, with no Western system able to stop it. Kinzhal has already been used in real combat by Russia, proving its accuracy even against heavily defended targets. With this weapon, Russia does not need a long war, just one hypersonic warning. Top 5. Poseidon Nuclear Super Torpedo. This is one of the most feared and disturbing weapons ever built. Not a missile, not a submarine, but an autonomous nuclear sea monster capable of traveling for days underwater and detonating a 100 megatons warhead near enemy shores, enough to erase a city like New York or London, not only by explosion, but by the radioactive tsunami that follows. Poseidon is undetectable by radar. It moves at more than 100 kilometers per hour deep underwater, at depths no current defense system can reach, and it needs no crew. It is fully autonomous, guided by artificial intelligence, and capable of making decisions during the mission. Launched from Russia's Belgorod-class submarines, Poseidon has already been tested in the Arctic and is part of Russia's strategic arsenal. This weapon does not seek precision, it seeks total annihilation. If Russia falls, the enemy vanishes beneath the ocean. Top 4. LGM-35 Sentinel, the new intercontinental nuclear giant of the United States. A next-generation ballistic missile designed to replace the legendary Minuteman III. But far more advanced, far more lethal. It flies at more than Mach 20, with an unpredictable, maneuverable trajectory and anti-radar technology. But the most terrifying part? Sentinel carries multiple MIRV warheads, each capable of destroying entire cities simultaneously. Meaning a single Sentinel could wipe out several countries at once, and no missile defense system on Earth, not even Russia's Prometheus or the American THAAD, can stop it. It is already in mass production. With a lifespan of over 40 years, built for wars the world has not yet imagined. The Pentagon did not create a replacement. It created the new standard of the apocalypse. Top 3. XQ-58. A Valkyrie. This is not an ordinary drone. It is the absolute vanguard of autonomous aerial warfare. The Valkyrie is designed to fly alongside fighters like the F-35 or the future NGAD, but with a far more radical mission: attack first, die first, and change the course of a war in seconds. Built by Kratos Defense, this stealthy, long-range drone measures nearly 9 meters, yet costs 100 times less than a fighter jet, meaning it can be deployed in swarms, overwhelm defenses, and launch precision strikes without risking human pilots. And here is the most disturbing part. It does not need human orders. The Valkyrie can fly fully autonomously, analyze the battlefield in real time, cooperate with other drones, switch targets, dodge threats, and open fire on its own. Armed with guided bombs, air-to-surface missiles, and advanced sensors, it is being tested in the Pentagon's loyal wingman doctrine. But its true purpose is darker: to become the executioner of the skies. A fleet of Valkyries can take off without warning, strike undetected, and vanish without leaving a trace. And the worst part, they are already combat ready. Top 2. B-21 Raider, the most advanced strategic weapon ever built by humanity. A flying ghost capable of bypassing any air defense on Earth, crossing entire oceans undetected, and delivering a nuclear strike that erases a nation in seconds. Designed by Northrop Grumman, the B-21 is the successor to the legendary B-2 Spirit. But with a critical difference. It can operate fully autonomously, with integrated AI, electronic warfare systems, and drone swarm coordination. Its flying wing fuselage, 6th-generation stealth coating, and thermal camouflage make it virtually invisible to radar and infrared sensors. No nation, not Russia, not China, not anyone, has anything capable of detecting it in real time. Its payload is terrifying. Cruise missiles, GBU-X, smart bombs, and both tactical and strategic nuclear weapons. Imagine an aircraft taking off from a secret base in Nevada, crossing the planet unseen, and eliminating a capital city without anyone knowing what hit them. That is the B-21 Raider, the aircraft that will redefine nuclear warfare in the 21st century. Top 1. Peresvet Strategic Laser System. Russia's most extreme weapon does not fire projectiles. It fires light. The Peresvet is a high-power strategic laser developed in total secrecy, and now part of Russia's active arsenal. Its official mission: blind satellites, disable guidance systems, and destroy aerial targets in seconds. But many analysts believe something far more frightening. Peresvet may be the first laser weapon with true mass destruction capability. It emits a concentrated energy beam capable of melting metal structures at kilometers of distance, or disrupting global communications by taking out key satellites from the United States or NATO. It needs no fuel, triggers no alarms, leaves no trace, just a silent ray that appears from nowhere and burns everything it touches. It is mounted on mobile platforms, able to move by road, deploy near conflict zones, and fire indefinitely as long as it has power. And the darkest part? Russia has never revealed its real power. It only admitted it has been successfully tested under real conditions. What does that mean? No one knows. But one thing is certain: Peresvet does not need warheads to kill, only a target and a straight line to hell. And there you have it. 10 extreme next-generation weapons that not only redefine global military power, but could wipe nations off the map in seconds. From invisible lasers and autonomous drones to hypersonic missiles and submarines carrying the apocalypse. This is not the future. This is the arsenal that already exists, ready to activate the moment the world makes the wrong decision. Because in this new era, victory does not belong to whoever shoots first, but to whoever holds the weapon nobody dares to confront. Now tell us, which of these systems do you think is the most brutal? Do you believe any nation would actually dare to use them? Leave your thoughts in the comments. And if this video shocked you, hit like, subscribe, and activate the bell, because here on TechZNX, every week we reveal the most lethal weapons on the planet. See you in the next video.